Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing NYRA's new glass pad Born in the Blood. I've been using the pad consistently for a week at the time of recording this video and wanted to share some quick first impressions of my experiences with the pad. As a quick disclaimer, the pad was sent out to me for review, but this hasn't swayed my thoughts on the glass pad itself. The unboxing experience is fairly standard. The mousepad comes in a cool branded box that has the specifications listed on the exterior, as shown here. On the inside of the box, it's encased with some dampening foam and you get gifted a set of complimentary dot skates as well, as shown. As described on NYRA's website, Born in the Blood is a speed-focused 3mm aluminosilicate glass mousepad with a treated surface. It's a release limited to 500 units globally and will not be returning. As for the specifications, it's priced at €90.90. The pad comes in at 490 by 430mm and 3mm thick. You've also got 2.5D rounded edging, an AG plus AF coated glass surface to aid in speed and resist fingerprints, aluminosilicate glass allowing for a firm and uniform tracking surface, and an anti-slip silicone base. In terms of the artwork, the pad features a young woman with long black hair and striking red glowing eyes, gazing directly towards the user. NYRA is written vertically along the right side of the artwork, while Japanese text is positioned along the left, giving the design a distinct anime-inspired aesthetic. Overall, the glass is constructed well. The artwork is vibrant and presented in a clean format, and the edges are smooth and haven't caused me any discomfort while gaming for long periods. Corazon, the individual behind NYRA, did mention that AI was used in the final of the artwork, but this is something he has been open about. There are two things to note though. Despite the top coating layer being designed to resist fingerprints, the pad suffers from fingerprint visibility and marks, which I'm sure is probably picking up on the camera while recording this video. However, Corazon is aware of this and has intentions of refining this within drop number 2 he is currently working on. It isn't game changing, as some warm water and microfiber cloth quickly dispel smudges and fingerprints, but it is something to keep in mind. Secondly, the base is solid and stays in place when gaming, but if you apply some pressure, the pad definitely does move. This could be due to the surface of my tabletop, and you may have a different experience than myself. Before I touch on the surface and performance, I just wanted to show a quick glide test with the main mouse and skate combination I used during testing. Please keep in mind that force variance influences how the speed looks for you on camera, but I'm just doing this to give you a brief idea. During my time testing, I used Westlab orange skates, which are on the bottom of this mouse, jades and some ultra glide silencers too, and the Westlab oranges provided the fastest glide for me when playing. As you can see, the pad is fairly fast. It falls short of the extreme speed category, but I don't believe that was NYRA's goal with the surface anyway. The surface provides a moderately fast, consistent feel across the surface, which allows for a uniform tracking experience when gaming. Unlike some recent releases we have seen, this pad is extremely smooth to the touch and untextured, which allows for a very smooth feeling glide and user experience. Given this, there is no push down effect on the NYRA, which I know is welcomed by many. As you can see, when I'm pushing my mouse down, it doesn't provide any increase in stopping power. There's definitely audible feedback when you move your mouse across the pad as well, but this all varies depending on what skates you are using. Unlike other glass, it's as if I felt comfortable on this pad very quickly. This came as no surprise to me though, as after following the project closely and finding out that the creator of the pad also mains Valorant, I had an inkling that I might perform pretty well on it. Initially the surface felt pretty sluggish and I thought I either received a bad unit or the pad had been marketed incorrectly. However, after a thorough wipe down, the speed property started to shine through. The pad felt significantly faster. My very first deathmatch on the pad, I went 40-6 and thought to myself, yeah, this might be the truth. And honestly, my performance remained consistently good in ranked. In game, I felt like I was in control of my mouse as opposed to my glass pad feeling so fast it tries to gain control of it. That's when I realised from my experiences, Born in the Blood falls more appropriately into a balanced speed leaning category as opposed to a purely speed category. I definitely have speed on dynamic mouse movement, but it's not purely speed. There's enough dynamic friction present that gives the pad a more balanced glide. This worked in my favour on Valorant and other tactical FPS titles specifically, as micro adjustments and precision didn't suffer. I was able to confidently take on fights without having to focus more deeply on the amount of force I applied to my mouse when flicking and adjusting. What I think would have set this pad off more is an increased speed with some degree of texture. The topic of texture on glass is subjective, but for me and my preferences on glass, I love a faster surface with texture. I've become accustomed to surfaces like DistortedImage and NYRA. I find myself playing better on surfaces that give me that extra bit of feedback, or in Ryo's case, a sinking feeling when I press into my pad. It could be argued that this would change NYRA's identity entirely and the vision that NYRA had for their first release, or even that if I did desire those properties in a pad, I should just use one of those pads, which is also true. At baseline, I performed well consistently over my week of testing. The pad isn't perfect by any means, but it's a solid offering from NYRA. So, what are my final thoughts? The pad performs well within tactical FPS scenarios while holding its own in fast-paced shooters like Battlefield, Call of Duty and other titles. The versatility of the pad boils down to the surface itself. Although Born in Blood is marketed as a speed pad, I feel it falls more aptly into the balanced, speed-leaning category. This doesn't work to the detriment of the surface, however. Because of this, the pad possesses a significantly fast glide while maintaining a degree of control that allows for micro adjustments and precision needed with slower paced FPS scenarios. Corazon is a great guy and has been very receptive of the feedback reviewers have given to him. I detailed features and improvements I thought would be greatly appreciated by customers for the second drop, some of which I have mentioned within this short review, and he has acknowledged them and stated that he intends to address these issues brought to his attention for the second drop. This level of accountability and acknowledgement of imperfections is an indicator of a brand committed to improvement. NYRA is run independently and without financial backing, which I think needs to be factored in when considering why bells and whistles present on other modern glass releases are absent here. Despite that, Born in the Blood is a pad I have performed well on and I've enjoyed using. If you play TAC FPS and want something with moderate speed and significant control, you'll enjoy the pad as I have. However, if you're after a pad that sits in the extreme speed category, this pad won't be for you. Thank you all for watching. I'll leave a link to the glass pad in the description, and no, you won't get an affiliate link jump scare, don't worry. If you enjoyed the review, I'd appreciate you leaving a like, and if you're interested in more peripheral based content, make sure you subscribe as I'll be uploading more soon. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next video.